Hi, it's Liana with A Serendipitous Life. This morning I'm going to be putting together some Greenstalk planters. If you've never heard of Greenstalk, it is a planting system that helps you to grow vertical gardening for herbs, basically anything, herbs, flowers, strawberries, lettuce, greens, you name it. It has a unique watering system so that every tier gets watered. So I'm going to be putting that together this morning. The plan is they're going to go over in this area. I'm going to show it to you. This is the Greenstalk in the box. I'm going to unbox it for you this morning. And I'm putting it over here near my keyhole garden. I've never really shown this keyhole garden before. Right now it's full of my herbs, and it's probably going to continue to be herbs, but the idea behind a keyhole garden is that you give yourself a space to get into, and then you put yourself a little cage in there that you can put your compost in. And as the compost breaks down, it's providing nutrients to all of the plants that are in here. So I've got some different types of basils. There's some lemongrass back there. It's getting a little cooler, so everything's not doing great, but you can see what I do have here. I had some cone flowers down here, and they've kind of fiddled out. I need to deadhead. I'm going to try to pull up some of the roots here shortly and play around with making an echinacea tincture. But basically, okay baby, I'll pick you up. Come here. So basically, we're going to have one Greenstalk here and one Greenstalk here. I'm planning on doing lettuces and herbs in it for the cooler weather season. And then in the springtime, I'm going to put strawberries in one, and then one will continue to be my herbs. This little guy is getting a cold, and so he's very attached to his mommy right now, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, he's my sweet boy. Big brother is at school, and it's just me and the Ellie Belly this morning. We got our soil here that we're going to use. They're very specific that you have to use potting soil and that you should fertilize as you do it. I got some of the Haas Tool Premium Fertilizer. It's a 20-20-20, so it's a very strong fertilizer. So what I'm going to do is when I fill up the water reservoir, it is 4 teaspoons per gallon of water. So I'm not sure how many gallons the reservoir takes, but we'll do that accordingly. Then here you will see they included a little book to tell you how to do your stuff. And it gives you an example of getting started, tips, how to plant your Greenstalk, how to do it. It tells you how many plants you can put per thing, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be doing mostly seeds because I don't really have any starch right now. And I did get this wheel thing also, which you will see here in the box. So here in the box we have the Greenstalk. So we've got, this is the water reservoir. And it tells you, depending on how many tiers you have for your Greenstalk, it tells you how much water to fill. And there's a little plug that can go into here, and you can fill it up to the line you want. So that's what I'll do, and I'll put my fertilizer in, and then make sure it's dissolved. I'll unplug it, and then it'll water each tier. Here's our wheel system. Have to put the wheels on, and then here we have our tiers and our watering reservoirs. So I'll pull each of these out and I'll show you as I go. So I have the caster down here for the moving, and this just snaps in so simply. It's just like that. It basically just sits on there, and we're going to basically put 1 cubic foot of soil in here. We're going to fill it up, but they say it takes 1 cubic foot. Let's see if that's true. I think I might just go ahead and dump this in. All right. Because your cup is going to take forever. Isn't that right, Elliot? The cup is going to take forever.
Edward, take some Edward. Edward in the kitchen, Mommy. Good Edward in the kitchen. Edward in the kitchen is
Now you don't want this thing to be covered because that is where your water is going to come out of. And that's about it. It took about half the bag, which is perfect because it says 1 cubic foot. And these bags have 2 cubic foot in them, 2 cubic feet. So I'm going to put just a little more in there. What you think, Elliot? Do you like it, Ellie Belly?
when to go with Mommy. Quiet. Yes, to me.
So now we're going to put the water reservoir in, and it pops in just like that. I'm going to keep going with the tiers, and then I'll show you once it's all done. See, whenever you actually just, read the directions, novel concept, you'll discover that it's much more convenient to go ahead and fill them all before you stack them up. I'm putting together the second Greenstalk, and the first one taught me some lessons. Number 1, fill all your dirt into the containers. Number 2, go ahead and put your waterers on each of the things as well. Number 3, make sure that it snaps in place, or else it's very unsturdy. So the first one's fairly easy. The second one is where it gets tricky. Not really tricky, it's very simple, but you have to make sure that these little things here, these, go on the outsides of this, because if they don't, you'll think they are, but if they're not truly, you got a problem. But you'll see, like just now, they all went into place, and now it's sturdy. Okay, so now we're gonna go with the next one. You want the hole to go into the thing, into the waterer. It's not difficult, but it's just lining it up. And it's not heavy, but it's bulky. See, now it's snapped in. It's just bulky. So we'll do a 4th tier. Once you get the hang of it, you see it's fairly simple. And then the last tier is going to go on top. Last tier will go here. So with the top tier, you'll see that it just connects in right here, very similarly to how it connects here, except this one has a little ledge on the top. And now this is where the water goes, and I'm going to put the little plug in. Next, I'm going to plant it with the seeds that I'm going to put in it, and then I'll water and fertilize. And these boxes are going to be the foundation for when we put in more beds over there. Elliot being cute in his little box fort that he made. This is what we've got in one of the Greenstalks. I've got this Salanova lettuce, this one, I've got a mixed lettuce that they gave me free with the Greenstalk. And then I've got some Paris Island, which is like a romaine. I did some Swiss chard, which I really love. I know not everybody cares for it, but I love it. I got some Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. Did some pink celery. I tried to do these as seedlings and they did not work out, so I'm hoping that maybe out here they'll do better. Did some bok choy and some corn salad. And in the herb one that I'm doing, I did some dill. Got some feverfew. I did 2 different types of feverfew. This one and then one that I ordered off of Etsy from someone. Did some cilantro, some valerian. I planted this up at the top because I don't want to risk the children trying to eat it on accident. I doubt they would, but you never know. Some catmint, some lemon bergamot, some marshmallow, and then again the feverfew. So those are all in the other one. So I put the fertilizer in. Now I'm filling it up to the number 5. Since we have 5 trees. And you can see as I'm filling it up that some of the water is coming down here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is drizzling down here. But when I remove this plug, it will go down all the way to the other levels as well. Remove the plug, and down it goes. So you can see it coming down to each level. Water. I realize that really and truly it doesn't have enough water in it. This soil is pretty dry. So I'm going to go ahead and just do each tier. I've already got my seeds in there, but that's okay. I'm going to kind of water towards the back so that it's not displacing my seeds. But that soil really needs just more water. So basically, these vertical gardening systems are great for anyone. Like if you have a lot of land and you just want something that's compact and that you can just have it all together, that's great. If you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of land and you really need something to grow food in for your family, this is a great way to get everything compact. You can do just about anything in here. I wouldn't do, I mean, I've heard of people doing like tomatoes and stuff like that, but I don't know if I would do tomatoes in it because it needs a lot of staking and stuff. But like say if you had a little patio, you could do something like this to do the majority of your, like you could do green beans, maybe, you know, I'm doing lettuces and herbs in it. You could do maybe some squash in it. And then just do a couple tomato and pepper plants in some regular pots nearby so that everything is together. But they're really awesome. I'm going to come back and let y'all see everything once it's established and growing. I'll show you how it's turning out at that point. So they're all done. And whenever I start to see some growth, I'll do an update video. That was hit like and subscribe if you didn't catch that. And that's right, say God bless our mess.
God bless mess.
Amen. Thanks guys.